And his eyes just lit up because he's like, that's what's possible here. He's going, so many people look at this and come in and try to like make money, liquidate and stuff. But he's like, think about it as like a place to go where it's just starting. He's like, think about it like what YouTube was 20 years ago, when suddenly they opened the doors and a bunch of people were like, we could create here, we can just do whatever we want. He's like, it's that fertile of a playground. And he was the one that first described the metaverse to me too, in great detail, that I got it, where, I'd heard of like a digital baseball card and stuff. And I knew that people collected digital stuff, but I was like, well, I'm a real world person. Like, look behind me, all the real world things. I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and it's about holding a damn thing, putting your hand on it and stuff. And then Austin was like, well, think about this. The amount of time that you spend on your phone and in the metaverse. He's going like, how often do you get to show off that? He's going, if I bought a sword in the real world, and I'm already starting to worry because this is my daughter's boyfriend talking about buying swords. But he's like, if I bought a sword in the real world, and I put it on the wall in my room, I'd see it, Harley would see it, you guys see it when you walk in, but that's it. Maybe I take a picture and put it on Instagram, but it's like, it's got no use beyond that. He's going, I buy a sword in the metaverse, not only can I show it off and whatnot, but now I have a sword. I could take it to a game. I could also trade it. It also has a currency to it. And he's going, so why would I want a real world thing as much as I want something that is going to be like triply useful to me where I spend all of my time? And he's like, and you're the same way. He's like, you live online. Everything you do, the JamesSilentBob.com, that Kevin Smith Club, like the Views Q message board going back to 1995. He's like, your whole world is online. He's going, you more than anybody should be able to understand this. And it absolutely clicked for me and stuff. So as a 50-year-old, going to be 51 in August, I'm an old man, and I should be looking at it puzzled and being cranky and waving a finger and just being like, get off my lawn. But instead, it just makes me feel like, oh my God, there's still some vitality in this old husk where I want to play. It called to me like a siren's call, going like, you want to be here. You want to be here. And so here I am, kids.
Something that I like that you have is passion, because we see a lot of celebrities come to the NFT space because they see money being made, but you're in love with the space, which I like.
And I love the space now, but kids, you think about where it's going to be in 2 years. You've been in the space for a damn minute. You've watched it evolve in the brief time that it's been evolving. Think about what it's going to be like in 2 years. Like in a world where people, not me, but like, and believe me, I'll be next. People are selling real estate. They're building communities. What are you going to do in those communities, man? You got movie theaters, you got clubs, and those are two things. I like to make movies. I like to stand on a stage. So I love this best of all possible worlds that we all live in and dwell in the physical world. But I love what's being built in the metaverse, and I love what NFT is making possible. All the NFTs are making possible at this point in crypto and blockchain. So yes, I'm in love with the space, but I'm in love with where that space is going to be a minute from now, 10 minutes from now, a year from now, 10 years from now. I'm going to die in the world of crypto, man.
I love it. And do you, once somebody buys Kilroy Was Here, and let's say they get inundated with Netflix offers and a lot of distribution methods offering to one person who now owns this NFT, what does the original creator, you, get every time it's resold?
Good question. I would imagine the crypto world, well, first the owner would have to resell that NFT, which even if you sell the movie, that you still hold the NFT and it doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? So like, I assume whoever has the NFT would hold on to it for like a long time. But that raises a great question, which is like, if you own the NFT and the movie comes with it in the real world, and then one day you sell the NFT, do you still own the movie in the real world? Well, let's break it down like the 4-pack that we're doing. So we're doing a 4-pack of Smoking Tokens. You buy that 4-pack, it comes with a real world t-shirt. One day you want to break up that 4-pack, sell the tokens, the Smoking Tokens separately, or even if you wanted to sell the 4-pack as a whole, you probably wouldn't include the shirt, right? Like, shirt's yours, you've worn the shirt and stuff. So by the time the person who bought the Kilroy NFT, let's say like minimum after a year, they're like, I want to sell this, and I doubt they'll go that fast. Their dealings with the movie in the physical world will already be done. So it's a second opportunity. If somebody was just in this for investment purposes, once the movie's all tied up in the real world, you have an NFT that you could turn around and sell. Might not be as valuable to the person buying the NFT because like, hey, does it come with the movie anymore? And you're like, no, I already took that. I cherry picked that. But you still have a valuable NFT that you could actually sell. But what a great question. That's something I hadn't thought of. And that's what I've loved about doing press for the last week. Number one, crypto community has been so welcoming. Like, you know, I have not encountered one person who's like, get out of here, tourist. Like, they're all like, oh my God, come and play. I have been criticized definitely by some people outside of the space, like people who don't collect NFTs, have no crypto whatsoever, have nothing but an opinion based on having read a few articles here and there and stuff. I heard from some of those cats, but in the world of crypto, all I heard was welcome. Oh my God, this is great. And what I'm getting from the world of crypto, like you guys just gave me now, great questions and great ideas. Like that's a question we hadn't even considered at this point. What happens if somebody sells the NFT? But now we have an answer, and we'll put that in the FAQ when we put it up in a month, because this is something we were doing yesterday. Me and David were going over all the, well, what if this, what if this, what if this, what if this, building in. Like there was a lot of concern from folks online, the ones who seemed the most vocal about me not wanting me not to do the NFT auction was, what if like a Martin Shkreli type buys it and sticks it, you know, in his house and nobody ever gets to see it? So that question being raised by the public was one that me and Dave were like, all right, well, let's build in that whoever buys the NFT and they are getting the real world bonus of Kilroy has to do something with the real world bonus of Kilroy, like has to move the ball forward. We'll help them. It's not like you do it or else you're in trouble. It's like, we're here to help you, man. We're your agents of change, but we'll build in that you can't just stick it like in a digital wallet or something like that. And if that makes it less appetizing to somebody, like so be it. But it would feel like a waste if the asset just went away, wasn't seen by anybody. And you know, we have, since we're the ones auctioning it, we have the ability to build in safeguards that won't happen. But thanks to conversations like these, you know what I'm saying? Like this has all happened so fast, as kids were well aware, the field moves fast. So like we had to move fast to dive in. It was already like a fast moving stream. And so we didn't like, let's sit down, think out every possibility and then move forward. We've been moving forward since that first conversation with David. So important questions like that are insanely useful. And that's, you know, I'll listen to that all day, like rather than somebody just being like, don't do this, the environment. And I'm like, look, I'm with the most environmentally sound group in crypto at this point with Phantasma Chain. So like, you know, I saw a graphic online the other day which showed like a 2 carats, a bunny about to pull 2 carats underground. One had like tons of stalk and a tiny carrot, and one had a big carrot and tiny stalk. And they were like, that's Phantasma Chain and stuff. So I felt pretty good about that in terms of standing in the face of criticism from people that are completely outside the field. But generally speaking, all I've been given is welcome, and then people like give me great tips or asking great questions like that will, you know, make our effort stronger. It'll make it better. Like there'll be no gaps and loose ends and stuff like that.
Yes, great perspective. To watch the full conversation, there's a link down below in the video description. And if you're interested in learning more about cryptocurrency, click subscribe. You do not want to miss a daily video. See you tomorrow.